ticketinghub.com. They help big companies, event companies like Emerson Gamebox and Secret Food Tours process ticket sales. They're doing about $50,000 per month right now on revenue, up from 15,000 just a year ago, serving 250 customers as they're coming out of COVID strong. They've got over 90,000 bucks in the bank, 10,000 bucks a month in profit. And we love Carl because he's 100% bootstrapped. Hey, folks, my guest today is Carl Peel. He's the founder of Ticketing Hub, a successful serial entrepreneur who's selected to take part in the BBC series The Last Millionaire. His first business during high school, promoting nightclub events to the young elite of Paris, did well. And while studying engineering at King's College in London, he established an entrepreneur society and launched a bespoke exotic accessories brand called Monte Napoleon? Is that what that is, Carl?
Yes, it
All
is.
right. But now focused on ticketinghub.com, cloud reservation software for tours and activities. Carl, you ready to take us to the top?
I am.
All right, very cool. All right, so Ticketing Hub, give me an example of a sort of a tour company or activity company that uses you today.
So we currently do the reservation software for Secret Food Tours. They are the largest food tour in the world. They operate in 67 cities around the world, and they use us to manage all of their ticket sales, distribution, point of sale. So we're Shopify, if you want, for tickets.
And how do you price? Is it a percentage GMV of Secret Food Tours, or is it a flat fee, or what?
It's a percentage, yeah. We're on a 3% fee, and then enterprise clients get discounts. So another
Interesting.
example of client is Immersive Gamebox. They're the biggest VR company in the world. They operate in 15 locations worldwide and opening 3 new ones. And they have the license for Squid Games and Angry Bird.
Interesting. So your largest customers, how low can they get that fee? 1%, 2%?
It's all negotiable. We're a startup, but generally, 1.5%, I would say, is probably our lowest tier.
Okay, and any flat fee just to sign up, or it's all percent of sales?
All percent of sales, but we do have customers that prefer a flat fee, and it's calculated on the percentage basis.
Interesting. So what would you say the average customer pays you per month?
Average customer is around 200.
Okay. And what does that mean? What volume are they usually doing in terms of ticket sales? Would that be something like $7,000 in ticket sales per month?
Honestly, we capture everyone. Our system is so easy to use that we allow like small businesses that do 5, 10 ticket sales, up to people that do a few million.
No, I know that. But if someone's paying you $200 a month on average, and that's 3% of their total volume, well, $200 times 33 would be $7,000 in GMV per month on average per account.
Yes,
Interesting.
on average.
Okay, very cool. Give me the backstory here. When did you launch? What year?
Wow, we launched 10 years ago. So I started a company called Lost in London. And so I tried to set up a social network for students, but obviously you all know Facebook, and I failed miserably. And I learned a lot from that experience. And I started Lost in London, and we created a social platform for language schools. So we were selling events, nightclubs, attractions, tours, and activities to those schools. And we were printing tickets in our office and giving them to the schools. So they never had the right amount of tickets. It was always complicated to manage. And we decided to go digital. We went to a ticketing company. They charged us a 20K setup fee and a 200,000 ticket a year minimum at a set fee. And none of our clients wanted to use it, and they tried to sue us because we didn't actually do the numbers. And so then I went back to the drawing board. I hired a developer, and he built this backend for all the schools to log in. And we bought a company called Minicards that are advertising displays in hotels and hostels.
What year did you
So
pay?
all the
Or
hotels.
did you buy that?
Almost nothing, because it was pretty much not working. So I probably paid like 15, 20K to buy it.
What
I
year?
don't remember. That was probably 2010, I think, something like
And
that.
what value did you see in that? Why not just spend 20 grand yourself and build it's the version from scratch?
So the reason why we bought mini cards is because mini cards had access to all these hotels that we didn't have access to, and it would give us an opportunity to give this platform, this kind of like concierge platform, to them. So we were
Interesting.
already working with 100 schools. We also worked with universities like SOAS and King's, organizing the international students social program, and then we saw this opportunity to extend to these hotels. And MiniCard was the perfect platform. Companies were paying to advertise, and on top of that, we would have the opportunity to sell our tickets. What we didn't foresee is that students started photocopying our tickets, and because none of the attractions actually scan third-party tickets, people were let through, and we had to pay for those. So the company almost went under. It was a massive nightmare, and that's when I realized there is no hub for tickets. There's no way to connect distribution and supplier, and we're talking this 10 years ago. And so that's why we decided to first launch a little scanner that would connect to Expedia, TripAdvisor, etc., and allow the suppliers or the museums, so St. Paul's, Merlin, to scan
Does
the
Secret
tickets and
Food
validate
Tours
it.
have to pay you for the hardware, the scanner?
No, so everything is out of the box. So you use an iPhone and Android, and then you just buy your own SumUp device or iZettle, and then a printer if you need it.
Okay. Oh, what's going on there, YouTube? Good to see you guys. Now imagine this. You love watching these interviews with SaaS founders, but imagine if we took all of the valuation data out from over 2,807 interviews I've done manually. Saves you a lot of time. Well, we've done this. We've built it into the beautiful interface inside of FounderPath. Check this out. I'll show you how you can access this in a second, but you log in, you connect your Stripe account, you see your valuation real time, you can see what it changed over the past 88 days, and even set goals for valuation this year. Now, the secret to valuation is there's many different ways to value a SaaS business. So the reason you're going to see 3 or 4 different valuations inside of your FounderPath dashboard, this is all free by the way, is because depending on who's doing the buying of your SaaS company, you're going to get a different valuation. A VC is going to pay a different valuation. Private equity firm is different. If you're going to do a minority sale, that's different. And if you sell the whole business, that's a different valuation. You can see all those when I hover over here. Right, so the teal is what a VC would pay, yellow is what private equity, and red is if you sold the whole thing outright. Now, what's cool about this is not built off random data. Again, you guys hear these interviews on YouTube. All these data are built from real-time valuation data points founders share with us on the show. So traction, 1.2 million, seed round, 3.7 raise, they sold 22% of their business. Go in here and filter by the event. Maybe you only want to see companies that have sold the whole business. Well, here are a bunch that have been acquired, the valuation and the multiple. Maybe you're going out right now and you're raising your seed round. Well, go in here and look at all this recent seed deals that went down, what they raised, what valuation they raised at, and what percent that they sold. There's never been a larger data set of SaaS valuations than what you can get now inside of FounderPath, and we're thrilled to bring it to you. All right, we're going to go back to the YouTube video here in a second, but if you want to check this tool out, if you want to jump in and sign up, you can check it out for free to get your valuation at this link, founderpath.com/products/valuations. Or if you go to founderpath.com and hover over products, click on get your valuation here, and go ahead and sign up to give it a whirl. Again, all that valuation data live right inside the platform. I hope to see you there. All right, let's jump back into the interview. And so fast forward to today, obviously a compelling story here, but how many customers are paying you today?
So we have between 250 and 300 customers at the minute.
Mm-hmm. So can we take 250 times an average of $200 a month? You're doing about 50,000 a month in revenue.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Where were you exactly 1 year ago? Do you remember?
1 year ago, we were just coming out of the pandemic, and we were doing about 200,000.
That's still pretty impressive coming out of the pandemic. Yeah, so you're doing like 15,000 a month in terms of run right now. You're doing 50 grand, so really healthy growth. But I mean, who was using you during the pandemic?
No one.
Yeah, so where did that money come from?
So I learned how to do SEO, and we signed the biggest zoo in the UK, and they paid us a monthly fee. So they actually kept us going during the pandemic because we were only
visiting
3 people in the team. Zoos were open. It was actually one of the only places because the UK was open to the public, so you couldn't actually go inside, but a zoo was outside. So they were actually doing really, really well.
Interesting. That's really funny. Okay, so you've done this now. You're doing $600,000 in terms of run rate, and how many folks are on the team today?
Now we're 9 people.
9 people. And have you bootstrapped this, or did you decide to raise capital?
Completely bootstrapped.
Oh, I love that. So you own 100%?
I own 100%. Yes.
That's awesome. I love that. Any plans to raise, or you want to stay bootstrapped?
I want to stay bootstrapped for a little longer. I want to reach the million cap or 1.5, and then look to raise. To be honest, we have money in the bank now. I'm making a profit every month. So
how much profit per month?
Not much. So on my accounts for the last 6 months, we're at 90,000 in net profit on awesome. 300 and something. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're profiting like 5 or 10 grand a month right now, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
That's interesting. Good at math, if someone came by and offered you $2 million all cash up front, do you sell?
No.
You said that quickly.
Yes.
Why so quick?
The opportunity in the market, the market for tours and activities is 254 billion. We've taken customers from the largest tour booking systems, and we have a simple system that's easier to use. We're half price.
Yeah, but you've been doing it for 10
And
years. You've been doing it for 10 years though, and you're under a million in
so
revenue
I had
still.
a problem with a co-founder who basically started his competing business, hacked our platform, told all my clients. At one point, I didn't even have developers for 3 months. So I survived that, and I only got him out of the business in October 2019. So I only really
What did you
started
do that
pushing
made him
ticketing
hate you
hub.
so much?
Uh, it was a very complicated relation. He was very arrogant, and I got the largest contract. So we got the city sightseeing worldwide contract, and he was not able to deliver them. And then he went behind my back and tried to do a deal with them, which didn't work. And then he set up his own business. And I'm kind of want to forget about him, but yeah, after that, he hacked our platform. I have all the IP. I went to the police. I did all these things, and nobody did anything. And I managed to buy him out because his lawyer made a mistake. He wanted me to sign an NDA saying that not to discuss anything that's happened, and I never signed it and got 100% of the shares. So I really started pushing Ticketing Hub
Well,
in
what did
October
you pay? What did you
2019.
pay to get him out?
15,000,
And do you feel like that was how much did he own? 50%?
50%.
Okay, so you bought it. You paid
Yeah.
5,000 to get 50% equity back. What year was that?
That was in October 2019.
And why did it take so long? I mean, it sounds like this was going on for years.
Because he didn't want to sell without me signing this agreement, because he's hacked us, he's done a lot of illegal things, and he didn't want me to discuss it. We're competing in the same industry, actually.
So you didn't sign it, which is why you can talk about it now.
Correct.
That's so funny. Are you who's going to win?
I think we're going for different verticals now. He specialized in hop on, hop off buses and created this very complicated system. I want to do the opposite. I want to do a very simple and cheap system for 40-50% of the market. I think the market is big enough to have multiple players in the industry. So we don't see, well, I don't see him as a competition. Maybe he's going to try to come into our game soon, but not for the moment.
How do you make sure he's just not going to get jealous of you and hack you again?
I mean, now we've put everything in place. Before, I'm not a technical person, so he was able to control the domain because he had access to Cloudflare. So he managed to steal all our historical emails in the company. So there's a lot of things that he was able to do. Now, I have a team of 5 developers full time. So I don't think it'll be as easy for him to access the platform. And the system has changed a lot in 5 years.
So you told your tech team, watch out for this IP address, blacklist it.
Oh, we were completely. No, we saw it logging in from other accounts, and we have all the trail and absolutely everything. And what's crazy is that the police don't do anything about that.
Yeah. What would they? Why do you think they don't do anything?
I think they don't see it as a crime. I think cybercrime is not really, until it gets to like a large scale, is not really seen the same way. Like all of these calls I'm getting saying that HMRC is following me and that I'm going to go to jail. And I love staying on the phone with these guys for about an hour and telling them that I'm an old lady and I don't understand what. Yes. So I think, yeah, I think they focus more on crimes. And if you ever get robbed or someone comes to your house, which I really don't wish, there was a friend of mine that told me, just tell them that you see a gun, and within 2 minutes the police will be there. If you tell them you can see someone, in your garden, they'll say, yeah, we'll send someone a patrol in an hour or two.
That's funny. Interesting. Okay. So 9 people on your team today, 5 are engineers. You're bootstrapped. This is great. Any plans to buy other small companies like you did with the first one?
Potentially, we're more interested in building auxiliary services that can plug into other systems, and that's what we're working on now because we have extra cash, and right now we're refactoring our code, so we can't hire more developers because we have very very senior developers working on this. Once that's kind of made out all the systems a bit independent, we'll be able to hire more. In the meantime, we're just building like really simple one-off kind of system that solves the problem that we or other reservation systems don't solve.
Yep. Very cool. Well, listen, we're rooting for you. On that note, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, favorite book.
Favorite Power Persuasion, Cialdini.
Yep, that's a good one. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
I really like, so in my industry, it's Frédéric Lalonde, who's the founder of Hopper. I find what he's done with data incredible, and I want to kind of replicate that in some way.
Number three, what's your favorite online tool for building Ticketing Hub?
Surfer SEO is awesome. I
Yep,
think it's really, really great.
they're great. Number four, how many hours of sleep do you get on every night?
4 or 5.
Okay, 5. And situation, married, single, kids?
Girlfriend.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 39.
Last question, something you wish you knew when you were 20.
Uh, to spend Bitcoins differently. Uh,
That's a good reason. Guys, there you have it. Ticketinghub.com. They help big companies, event companies like Emerson Gamebox and Secret Food Tours process ticket sales. They're doing about $50,000 per month right now on revenue, up from 15,000 just a year ago, serving 250 customers as they're coming out of COVID strong. They've got over 90,000 bucks in the bank, 10,000 bucks a month in profit. And we love Carl because he's 100% bootstrapped. Carl, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thanks so much, Nathan.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.